We introduce Shogi, which is one of the most popular games in Japan, and how to play it. Shogi is one of the most popular games in Japan. Many Japanese people know the rules, and it is said that about 70% of men have played Shogi. There are also professional players in Shogi. Professional Shogi players are regarded as a symbol of knowledge. Furthermore, Shogi is also a traditional Japanese culture. Shogi pieces are designated as traditional crafts of the country and are loved as crafts. In recent years, Shogi has become popular with young people because they can play on the internet. Shogi is a game that can be played casually and played with anyone in the world through the internet. If you learn how to play Shogi, you can enjoy it with many people for a lifetime. Let me introduce Shogi. Shogi is a one-on-one match game. The player alternately moves the pieces in the 9x9, 81 squares. Pieces have different abilities. The player who checkmates the other king wins. Also, even if one player resigns, the game is decided. Shogi is known as Japanese chess. However, there are some major differences between Shogi and chess. The first is that the Shogi can reuse the pieces taken from the opponent player. When reusing pieces, you can drop a single piece anywhere. You can place it on your turn instead of moving the piece on the board. The second is promotion. In Shogi, promotion can be performed when the piece advances to the third row of the opponent player's area. The third is that in most cases, Shogi clearly shows winning and losing. There is rarely a draw. There is almost no difference in the winning rate between the first and second hands. First, we will introduce the pieces and how to move them. Pieces can be moved to colored squares. At first, it is a king. The king can move in all directions around one square. The purpose of the Shogi is to checkmate this piece. In that sense, the king is the most important piece. The king moves in the same way as the chess king. Next is Hisha. Hisha is a piece that can move any number of squares in the front, back, left, and right directions and behaves the same as a chess rook. Hisha is the most powerful piece of Shogi. Hisha becomes a dragon when it is promoted. The dragon will be able to move one square diagonally in addition to the movement of Hisha. In general, the dragon plays an active role as the strongest offensive piece. Next is Kaku. Kaku can move any number of squares in the diagonal direction. The same movement as a chess bishop. In Shogi, Kaku is the second strongest piece. Kaku will be Uma when promoted. In addition to the movement of Kaku, Uma will be able to move one square forward, backward, left and right. Next is Kin. Kin is a piece that can move one square forward, diagonally forward, sideways, and back. You cannot promote Kin. Kin is called a gold general in English. The next is Gin. Gin is a piece that can move one square forward and diagonally backward. Gin has the same abilities as a gold general when promoting. Gin is called a silver general in English. Next is Keima. Keima moves like a chess knight. But you can only move forward. Keima has the same abilities as a gold general when promoted. Next is Kyosha. Kyosha is also called lance. Chess does not have the same movement piece. Kyosha can move forward any number of squares, but cannot back. Kyosha also has the same abilities as a gold general, when promoted. The last is Fu. Fu can move forward by one square. However, you cannot put two fu in the same vertical line. This is a foul called nifu. Fu is the weakest piece, but it has many usages and it can be said that it is a very important piece in shogi. When promoted, fu has the same abilities as a gold general. Next we will introduce the promotion. In shogi, you can promote when you enter the third tier area of the opponent's player. If you drop a piece to the other player's third tier, you can promote it when you move the dropped piece. Players can also choose to promote or not. Next, I will explain the violation of shogi. There are some violations in shogi, but here I will introduce only the ones I use when playing shogi on the internet. Nifu. Nifu is that you should not put two fu in the same vertical line. There is no problem with promoted fu. Drop fu mate. Do not checkmate the king last with the newly dropped fu. This is a foul and you lose. 1000-day hand check. If you repeat the same action 4 times and check it, it is a foul and you lose. There are several other violations, but as long as you play on the internet, this should not be a problem. Finally, in shogi, the draw is a rare case, but I will explain the draw. The first one is called the 1000-day hand. If the same game positions occur 4 times with the same player to move and the same pieces in hand for each player, then the game ends in a 1000-day hand. In the case of 1000-day hand, it is a draw. The second is Ji-shogi. Ji-shogi occurs when both kings enter the third row of the opponent's area and checkmate becomes impossible. In this case, there is a way to make a decision by scoring your own piece and the opponent's piece. There are 24 and 27-point methods. We calculate the king with 0 points, Hisha, and Kaku with 5 points, and other pieces with 1 point. As a result of calculation, the player who reached 24 points by 24 points method wins. In the 27-point method, the player who reached 27 points wins. If neither of them reach that point, they will draw as Ji-shogi. This is the basic instruction to play shogi. Then I will introduce it while actually playing. As the second hand king became a checkmate, the first hand won. This is shogi. It is a very interesting game. Let's play.